Good morning, collective. How are you today? Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. I am Nicole for those of you who are just joining, and for those of you returning, welcome back as always. All right, guys, so this is going to be the collective reading. Today is Tuesday, September 27th. I'm on it today, September 27th. So we're going to get some messages, see what's going on, what you guys need to be aware of or pay attention to today. If you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. You're going to get notifications every time the channel posts videos. Let's see, got daily collectives, working on the October readings. See what else happens, right? We never know. So hope you guys are doing well this week. Hope it's off to a good start. I've already asked Spirit to join us. So let's see collectively what we've got going on. Spirit's telling me to pick two, take two. So let's see what we got going on for the collective today. Guys, I am available for personal readings on a limited basis only. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as in the About section of the page. All right, let's see. Same card as yesterday, right? Like in the yesterday's reading, the collective reading Miracle number 33 came up, and it came out again today along with fertility. I feel like in Spirit saying some of you are stepping up your game. I like the way that feels. 33, and then we got 9. So I'm going to reread from yesterday what the miracle was. The frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. And then fertility is about giving new life, new birth, new ways, new beginnings. 27, the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. To me, that's talking about, and what I was getting as I was reading, is our heart space is opening. So maybe if you've been in a space for a little while where you feel a little closed down, a little shut off, this may be changing for you. And maybe for some of you, I'm getting that for some of you, you didn't think that you'd ever get back to this place. Not that you've never been there before, but it's like whatever you have gone through to get to this, maybe feeling like you couldn't move on, couldn't move past a certain thing. And this kind of reminds, it really does feel like a step up from yesterday's reading. It's amazing what 24 hours can do for you. But it does, it feels much more open, feeling a little more confident about your ability. So whatever it is that you're working on, I really get like this is something that you're working on. This may be a creative endeavor. That, and creativity comes from all forms. It's not just like arts and crafts and that kind of thing. We are the creative visionaries for our lives every single day of how we want it to be, how we would like things to go, what we feel passionate about moving forward into. But I feel like this is a great omen of growth for you guys in general. So I'm taking that. That's awesome. All right, so let's see what else. Okay. Angel of Strength, woman holding coin. Card and Spirit for the collective today. Card Spirit for the collective today. Happy family came out sideways. All right. I think you guys are getting a clearer vision. So we've got happy family. It came out like sideways. I do tend to read them like that because to me it's about a choice there. When it comes out, it's kind of like a little bit of a limbo there with that. And then walking away, breaks down to a 9. So to me, you've walked into some sort of independence. And pardon me, I'm having my coffee this morning. Okay, excuse me. So to me, this is walking into a sense of independence. It really is leaving the past behind. I feel like you're kind of, to me, sometimes you may see this card as maybe looking back to see if somebody's coming along, or kind of like a tantalizing kind of thing if it was more like that type of feel. But to me, with this particular card, it's kind of like I'm looking back to the past and I'm never going back there again. And I'm hearing Fleetwood Mac's never going back, never going there again, something like that. I can't remember the exact words to that song. I love them, but that song wasn't, it's a good song, but not one of my favorites. But yeah, never going there again or never going back again. So I really feel like you're understanding that it took you a lot of courage and strength to get to where it is that you're heading. Some Leo energy there with this particular deck is how it comes across to me. I see that line, I always think of Leo. But I also feel like you're stepping into a place of such a firm balance that it's like, pardon the French, don't fuck with me. Like I've learned some very valuable lessons. I'm sitting high up on my throne. It's almost as if like I'm seeing a picture of like you sitting up there and looking down and going, time to evaluate, time to really take a look out as to what's going on around me, discerning who has a space here, knowing this very stern knowing that as you spread your wings and fly, great things are bound to happen. I think when it comes to the heart space, again, like as I said, that heart space appears to be opening up for some of you right now. And with that, you know, I feel like for some, this is a matter of getting stable again, maybe getting some firmer foundations under your feet. I don't believe that, I feel like most of you maybe have already made an attempt to get there, or you've got something already, the beginnings, whether you've cleared the ground to lay the foundation or however you want to put it. But so if you've already cleared the ground, you're getting a clearer idea of what it is that you need to do to build those foundations. For others of you, I feel like you've been working on these foundations for some time, knowing that, you know, you are just going to have to move forward in anything that you do. Spirit saying high five. So for somebody out there, that may mean something that's interesting. High five, like, you know, kudos to you, right? I think yesterday's message was like success or something, or stepping into that success, completing something. So high five to that per Spirit. Gotta love it. My guides, I never know what's gonna come out. So with that, it's like you've got a very understandable aspect to the way you're thinking about this as balanced, right? Being very firm in how you have to accomplish things and move forward into things, and knowing that Spirit saying for a lot of you've got people behind you, you've got spirit behind you, you've got ancestors behind you. But on the home front, that wishy-washy, I kind of have a better idea. I'm getting a little clearer. They're saying the next 7 days. So I don't know what it is about the next 7 days for some of you, but the next 7 days is going to be very indicative of how I feel like every day you're getting a clearer picture in your mind of what home means to you, what family means to you. This can just simply be soul tribe. This can be romantic. This can be, you know, a married couple family dynamic already. This could be, you know, your own side of your family. It can be lots of different things, and it's going to vary for each of you. But I feel like the Spirit is saying some of the debris is being cleaned up. It's making room for new things, making room for new growth. All right, let's do a little bit of clarifying. Clarify the angel of strength, Spirit. 4 of Swords with strength. Healing, right? Healing, a period of recovery. The light bulbs, to me, this particular deck, I'm using the Kim Cran's What Unknown Tarot to clarify. You know, that lamb, he's got a very bright idea, right? He's coming into some courage. The color of yellow, solar plexus energy, very strong, sunshine type energy, right? That yellow ball sitting in our solar plexus, reminding us of all the things we can balance out. But to me, it is... I'm looking at these 3 cards, and Spirit's saying finality. So you may be coming, this particular sword, it's funny because as I'm looking at it, it almost appears to be moving, like it's like that final aha. So you may be getting aha moments as you're moving forward and figuring things out, but this is like that, now I know. Now this is exactly what I need to do. This is exactly the way that it was, and I didn't see it. To me, I'm also seeing clearly. Even though I don't have the Ace of Swords on the table, it's seeing clearly. It's a truth. To me, it's your internal truth. Being courageous enough to examine that internal truth, because, you know, a lot of us, we have a very good idea already as to what's going on. Our intuition is speaking to us, but we tend to ignore it. To me, this is maybe no longer ignoring that intuition, understanding that you're like, okay, I have to accept things for as they are. I'm healing through this. I'm being courageous in my healing. I'm stepping into this knowing that something has to change, and that change is going to have to come from me internally. You know, excuse me. And that lamb is, they're soft, they're gentle, they're kind, right? You can't not look at a lamb and see the gentleness behind the lamb as well. So to me, guys, this is very much like you're finding that balance. You've got that lion and you've got that lamb. Maybe even picking for some of you, who do you need to be? Are you going to be that lion or that lamb? We talked about balance a little bit ago, maybe balancing those two energies. There's a place to be the lion, there's a place to be the lamb. But I feel like you've been more in that lamb energy for such a long time of quietly caring, maybe not even voicing it so much, but just being in that, to now it's like, I have to be courageous and move forward from this point after I've done this period of healing. I think for some of you, you're going to continue to go through this period of healing through May. May really seems to stick out of next year of 2023. It could be for a very good reason. You add that, the Roman numerals of 1 and 5 up, you know, you end up with 6, but I'm also thinking of it as a 5 itself for some reason. So 5 5s, and then May comes up anyhow. But that's also springtime, the lamb, you know, Easter. It seems, you know, if you do Easter, falls sometimes March, sometimes April, sometimes closer to May. We never really know, right? Until we look at the calendar. But spring, for some whatever reason, Easter to spring maybe, or to May, may be a very influential period as part of this healing, where you're going to see things changing and evolving, maybe in a grander scale for you as well. Big message from that one card. Wow. Okay, so let's, oops. Okay, hold on a second here. Everything's coming out. All right, Spirit, let's clarify. Woman holding a coin, please. 2 of Cups. The Empress, you're holding off. You're holding out. So Empress, male, female, doesn't matter the gender. 2 of Cups in reverse. To me, this isn't so much like not loving as it is holding out for love. Like you're willing to hold out for whether it's personal connections on a relationship aspect, whether it's a connection of friendship, the right people, soul tribe. I'm even hearing your children. Like when it comes out to be balanced and fair, then you know you're going to step into that. And that's interesting, because I feel like, you know, eight of Pentacles are there, and the 9 of Pentacles. Like it took you a hell of a journey to get to where you're at. And you understand where, you know, you're going to start valuing yourself, but also for some of you, those that have already started to value yourself. So with that, it's like, okay, so, unless it's equally reciprocated, if I'm going to put work in, someone else is going to put the work in. So right now I'm going to invest into me. I'm going to be patient and understanding. I don't need to have a 2 of Cups. I can have a 2 of Cups within myself. And then if the right situation, right people come along, yeah. And that may be where that 4, that happy family, come out kind of sideways going, I would like to have these things, but I also want to say, don't be overly discerning of people either. I mean, obviously discern the situations, but don't be cold. And I kind of feel like that came out yesterday as well. So don't be too stuck in a certain way. We obviously have to use some common sense and logic there. We have to feel as well. But I don't let the logical side of it either like take over so intensely that you forget how to feel and just feel, to feel genuine connection as well. So good stuff. And then happy family. 4 of Wands. I love it. 4-4, stable foundations. I feel like underlying that is the 5 of Swords. So I'm going to clarify just a little bit on that. So first and foremost, again, maybe in this state of limbo, deciding what is big picture family for you. If you have to walk away from something to get to where you need to go, you're willing to do that. And that, you know, sometimes that's just what it is. You got some third party energy behind that Mother of Swords, and then the 7 of Swords. So this message I'm feeling is a little bit different from the rest of this. You know what makes you happy. You know what you want home to look like for you. But when you feel like there's deception or deceit or somebody's not being honest with you, for some of you, I also feel as if you've got maybe your person has somebody else around them. You may be questioning their motives, what they're doing, why they're there. It's kind of like, oh no, honey, she's just a friend from work. Is she? That's kind of the feeling I get to that. But I feel like you're sitting back and you're very much watching. You're very much being analytical of this situation, going, this doesn't make sense. How I'm hearing from Spirit, how happy is the home? So ask yourself that. God, I hope this went from really good to like, this kind of situation. And maybe looking back, that walking away to 6th chakra behind it, our third eye, our perception, the Queen of Swords, she's all knowing, all seeing, right? She's intellectually smart. She knows what the hell is going on. So you may, and you've got the Emperor and the Empress. I've just seen those two now. Yeah, for some of you, the home situation, the home front may be a little bit of a concern right now as to what someone else's motives are, what it is they're actually up to, is what I'm hearing. Let's grab one of these guys. I'll clarify that just a little bit more, these two particular cards. And then we'll go from there. All right. Letting go. Spirit. Let's clarify the problems. 4s are very, very strong. Warrior. Okay. Cycles. Phew. Okay, so for some of you, this will not be for everybody, that I am sure of. For specific ones, I feel like you fought. Yeah, a lot of fighting, a lot of strength, a lot of courage. Again, going back to that first card to get to where you are. However, for some of you, you may be repeating cycles with a person. And it's like you've seen this before, this, that Queen of Swords, like seen this, know this, I've been there, done that, right? I've got that experience and that wisdom from all the cycles before that have come through. I've worked my way through, the Swords energy. Talking about cycles and the 5 of Swords, 2 things. One, are you dealing with a person of pattern behavior that is deceptive? So you've seen this before, but also asking yourself, are you repeating patterns in the same situation as you're dealing with a person? So if you have been tolerant to situations in the past that have created this mass chaos, are you doing it again? It's kind of like, you ask somebody, you screw up and you say, hey, I'm sorry. I never want to do this again. And this isn't what I intended to do. And then they turn around and they do it again. And then they do it again. And then they do it again and again and again. Nobody's learning a lesson, because if you're allowing them to continue to do those behaviors, you're basically creating an acceptance of that situation and allowing it to continue to occur, because they know that you're never going to take action against what it is that they're doing because it doesn't resonate with you. It hurts too much to make that move. For others of you, this is a situation where, you're allowing these cycles to go on, but you're also continuing to deal with people, calling in people that have the same mentality as those from before. And you're getting yourself caught up in third-party situations, or they're bringing in third-party situations, and it's creating chaos. It's putting you in a space where you feel very alone in that. 9 and 9, there, 18 and 9 breaks down to another 9, so 999. There's a recognition that the two people in this particular situation are not the same. And that's okay. Like, we don't have to be the same, but if we also can't get on the same page and find a compromise in our differences, this is not going to work in the long term. So if this is love related, because I kind of really feel this has to do more with home life rather than work or anything of that nature. Ask yourself, If there's third party around, if you feel that gut feeling that something isn't gnat or something, I don't know what's going on, feeling as if there's an outside influence to the situation, be discerning and be aware of that. That's very, very important to me in this message. So lots of little messages in this one. I like this though. So yeah, pay attention. Strong, strong, strong. Pay attention. So, all right, let's get a card of advice for today. All right. I need a bigger table. Spirit's also saying don't let their words wear you out. So if you're dealing with somebody who likes to gaslight, is a narcissist, likes to kind of give you a low blow when you're already down, makes you doubt yourself, their opinion is one of many. So what? You know, and I don't even want to call it an opinion. It's just they're throwing low blows. Don't engage. Just don't engage in that. That's nonsense. Advice today for the collective, please. Smoke and mirrors. There you go. Like, to me, you know, smoke and mirrors, like, you know, what's the illusion that you may be feeding yourself? What's the illusion someone else is maybe feeding you? Seeing beyond, yet another 9. There's that third eye, right? Understanding that perception, seeing things differently. Advice for the courage card, please, Spirit. Great and full. Another 4. 4 is out the wazoo today. Great and full. Going back to the first part of that reading, or this reading, I really feel as if the heart space is opening up and things are changing. Like you're finding some wish fulfillment. You're finding things that are good. Making acceptance of the past, realizing the illusions that were, you know, behind the scenes, or the things that, and I almost want to say, like, too, that for some of you, there still may be things that you just don't know. And you're at a place where it's like, it doesn't even matter anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it happened, who it happened with, why it happened the way it did. What I do know is that it didn't create a stable foundation at all. Like, it's time to move on, move forward. For some of you, closing this cycle out. For some of you, I feel like you're going to have to re-examine this cycle because you seem to still be going through it somehow. And this year's been crazy for that. No rhyme or reason. Like, it just, everybody seems to be going through their own thing at their own time. It's been a pretty wild and wonky year. So let's see. One more card for this woman holding coin, please, Spirit. Advice. All right. Can't get a hold of it. Time machine. Got a 3 there. I'm hearing from Spirit, no more stagnancy. Like, I feel like for a while you were stuck in time, where you were just doing the same thing day in, day out, wondering when things were going to move forward. Keep yourself balanced. Remain very balanced and very focused at this time. You know, positive thoughts bring positive results at the end of the day. But the 2s are sticking out. 12 and 2 stick out to me very significantly on this card right now. And that 6 as well. 12, 2, and 6. So you can see that time machine. Whatever it is. 10, 11. It breaks down to another 2, actually. Those cards break back down to a 2. Or numbers break down to a 2. You're bringing something together. Give it time. And Spirit's talking about 3 months out from now. So you're looking at the end of the year. But where you felt as if you had to wait a very long time, not anymore. Not anymore at all. It's very lovely. You've protected yourself. You're moving on to something new, something great, something that it's like opening up a portal for you of something new and bold. And that's really lovely. That's really lovely energy. So Those of you that are standing in that courage, going through that healing, you're having those aha moments, take them, embrace them, hug them, love them, schmooze up on them, whatever, man. It's good stuff. And then, you know, for those of you who might be repeating some kind of pattern, pay attention. Pay very close attention to what you're doing, why you're doing it. Are you dealing with the same kind of people that you've dealt with in the past? Because if you are, and you weren't happy with the results, it's time to change it up and do something completely different than you've ever done before. It may not look the way you expect it to. It may not come across in the way that you thought it would happen, but open up to it, because you're back at a 1. You're starting over. But this time you've got lessons in love. You've got lessons in life. You've got soul's growth. You've got so much more, because again, the one thing I've seen stick out significantly underlying in this energy is that third eye, seeing things in a very different perspective to me, and you're seeing it for what it truly is rather than the rose-colored glasses. No matter whether it's work, love, friendships, whatever, you're seeing it completely different. Open up to that. Let it be, let it exist, let it transform. Step into that growth. Yeah, awakening genius. You're awakening to these differences. I like it, guys. Like, it's a little wonky in certain aspects, but it's good stuff. Some of you may be seeing 2, 3, 4, or 4, 3, 2 a lot right now. Like I said, lots of heavy fours. I keep just 4s. Everything I see is like 4s. All right, guys, so this is going to do it. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button. Lets me know that the messages are for you. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. That certainly helps you, and it helps me and the channel out as well. And guys, I've heard there's a lot of scamming stuff going on. I will never reach out to you for personal services. If you want to reach out to me, stuff is in the info is in the about section of the page, and then the description box below. I encourage you to reach out via email. I will never reach out to you for anything of the sort. So just to make that clear, as apparently it's always a thing, but a little heavier than usual, I guess, from what I'm hearing. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. The next Daily Collective will be tomorrow. Get those October readings out, and I wish you guys the best day. Take care. Bye-bye.